Welcome back
Welcome back.
to our new space. It's like
A temporary
our
home.
new, I was our new crib. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah. This is the first time we haven't been. Oh,
In the pod room.
We watched the Call Her Daddy podcast here,
Oh yeah.
but we really
So
only
there was
had,
like a little clip
a clip.
of us
that we
eating
had there.
our lovely boxed macaroni.
Yeah. That was cute. We would have had more clips if we would have had mics. But the audio was so distorted
You
because we
know,
set the camera up right next to the TV.
sometimes you live and you learn.
That's okay. It was still fun. It was a fun night regardless.
But now catch us walking around with these mics everywhere we go.
Kylie's gonna have them in her bag at all times. Her keys, her wallet, her phone, her mics.
Yeah. What do you do for a living? A little bit of everything.
You actually do a little bit of everything.
Well, okay, that is true. So the agenda is not
No agenda.
again,
Surprise! Is it really a surprise?
but I mean it was kind of fun last time, so
Yeah, we had a good time.
we're back for it again.
You started a new book though,
I did.
Verity, which is
I
pretty
have.
timely because the movie is coming out. Do they have a date? I feel like we have a date.
I feel like there was. Look it up. Yeah, you've read Verity. I am reading Verity, and I have a lot of mixed feelings.
We're only like halfway through.
Yes.
I read it like 2 or 3 years ago. Has it been that long?
It's been on my shelf for a hot minute. October 2nd.
Oh wow, that's kind of a long ways away still. But it's like we know it's Anne Hathaway and Dakota Johnson, which I'm
And
super
Josh
excited about.
Hartnett, whoever that is.
Love him. He is.
Oh, really?
We talked about this. This was part of our book news in one of our podcasts. Yeah, we reported on this. And I'm gonna say the same thing I already said. He was in that movie, and he played the serial killer. That was like the dad.
That's probably why I've never watched it.
Oh, come on. What is that movie?
I'm like looking up him.
M. Night Shyamalan movie. It was like a more recent, like within the last year or so. He like takes his daughter to a concert, and they're like at the concert, and they like the FBI like sets up this trap for this serial killer that's there, and it's like him.
Okay.
That's the guy.
I have seen that trailer.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would never actually watch that.
And he plays the husband, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I hope it's good.
Verity's husband. In the book, am I making this up or is Verity blonde?
I don't remember.
I don't know why I'm picturing a blonde woman. But also, ever since starting this book, I can't stop like thinking about the housemaid. Because the dynamic is so.
Oh, it's kind of similar, but not really.
And I'm just
The wife
nervous.
is like down for the count.
So we think.
Yeah, what's going on? Give us an update. This is gonna have some spoilers, so if you haven't read Verity,
She's so good at that. I'm just
first off, like, where have you been for the last 4 years?
Hey.
It's fine. Kylie's just getting around to it too, so I guess you're not too far behind.
There's nothing wrong with taking your time.
There's so many books out there, but there are going to be spoilers. So,
yeah. So let's see. I'm in like chapter 11, or I just finished reading chapter 11, and then that's like what chapter 4 or 5 of like Verity's like autobiography, right?
I forget that it's like part her auto.
Like
so what's the main girl's name?
Low.
Dakota.
That's yeah. Lowen. I was like, yeah,
Oh,
Lowen.
yeah.
Because I was like, it's Low something, but I feel like they call her Low maybe. But
So she's like moved into the house.
She's moved into the house. There's the little boy, and then there's the husband, Jeremy.
I think is right. Name? The serial killer.
Yeah, Jeremy, and then Verity, and
then there's a nurse.
There's the nurse, yes. And not the nurse, the Verity, like, so there's been a couple times where it's like Lowen thinks that like Verity's like looking at her, like Nothing else has moved, but she did manage to move her head, even though like
She did move her
supposedly
head?
that's what it seems. Like she has like moved her line of sight
Yeah, but
head
don't you feel like
slightly.
Lowen is like one of those unreliable narrators kind of at this point? Lowen is not the most. You fully believe in Lowen?
Yeah,
Oh.
I don't have any reason not to.
What do you know about her personal life?
Well, I know that her mom just passed away from cancer. I know that she got evicted because she wasn't her mom like wanted to live and die in this like nice place, and so she basically spent all of her savings to take care of her mom and like
Hmm.
went into debt over
So
this
she's
like
basically at the lowest point of her life.
yeah.
Okay. And you think she's the most reliable?
She just gave up like time and money to like
Has she
take care of her
expressed like how she
mom.
feels about her mom?
Didn't seem like they're very close,
Okay.
but there's not like been a lot. Now, is it weird to me that she's like kind of like already like developing feelings for like the husband?
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, so there you go. That's what I mean. I remember at this point I was like, is this girl crazy? Like you've never had that thought?
Not yet.
Okay.
I mean, but also I keep going back to like I feel like like the housemaid is so fresh in my mind that I'm like
Oh,
I keep like I feel like I have
you're like
like a
it's
well,
definitely
not
the wife.
necessarily. I'm just like I'm nervous, you know. I'm like, is this
Yeah.
another setup?
Yeah.
But I get this is a different author. I get that's a different. But there was the thing with okay, but I just there was just a scene where the boy cuts his chin, and it
Oh,
looks like
yeah.
there's a knife. Like she goes in and she sees him, and there's a knife on the ground, and his chin is bleeding. She takes him to the bathroom and gets him cleaned up, and then she goes back to check for a knife, and there it's gone. And then that moment is also when Verity like supposedly turns her head and is like making
Mhm.
like awkward direct eye contact with
Yeah,
her.
with her. Yeah, and also you're right, you're reading all of these crazy like journal entries.
Yeah, about how she feels about being pregnant and then how about how she feels like Jeremy loves the kids way, which also as a nurse I'm like is this some kind of like obviously like there's like some depression here like before or like some kind of because it doesn't really give her backstory as like where she came from because it sounded like she was a struggling artist. So she didn't come from money. He
Verity.
supposedly, yeah, but then
Yeah.
also he didn't come from money and he was like used to sneaking around. The fact that they like jumped
Mhm.
into the back of this like limo
Mhm.
and then like he was just like at this like high money event, kind of maybe like looking for
Mhm.
somebody with money as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So
And then
like
it's funny that they both kind of found each other there.
yes, so then to me they're both con artists instantly. So right now Lowen's the only one with somewhat of a reputable like background.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good perspective. Yeah.
I'm so stressed. But like, yeah, so obviously there's like a lot because right now you're just hearing all the crazy like thoughts and like feelings that Verity's having while being pregnant and having like just birthed the twins. Like that's where I'm at right now with that.
Yeah.
So, and then also, now I will say the weirdest part, and I literally just stopped right here before, um, was there was like a little moment. I think she went to dinner with Jeremy and the kid. Crap, what's his name? The boy. The boy. Anyway, she just went to dinner with them because the little boy was like, we want to go out to eat. Like, we haven't been out to eat since like my sisters died, which Jeremy had just told Lowen that he didn't ever talk about his sisters. So Lowen's like, oh my God, like, this is the first time that he's
Yeah,
talking
like
about his
this is a big
sisters.
deal.
Like,
Yeah.
he's like, so then the dad's like, all right, yeah, like, let's go to dinner. And he asked, like, Lowen, like, do you want to come with us?
Mhm.
And so she's like, yeah, like, that's, you know, and obviously she kind of has a little bit of a crush. So she's like, I want to be a part of this, but then it's also weird. But then there's like a moment after dinner where it like literally made the comment, or there was a specific part in the book where it was like he got interrupted by the kid like going to bed or like wanting him to go bring him to bed or something. And she said like the look on his face was like that stopped him from doing something he would have regretted maybe.
Yeah. Like
Um,
with her.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then, and nothing like really happened, but it was just like kind of like this like moment that passed
Yeah,
between,
like a
right?
feeling or like yeah.
And then she goes into her the office and like it like she's like specifically like opening up Verity's like biography, wanting to find some like smut to read Jeremy and like specifically saying that she's going to like it's like she feels weird doing it, but also it's not anything that's probably not going to be in her thoughts like on her own.
Yeah, but is that still
So
a
that's weird.
justifiable reason to, like, go find it? Like, "Oh, I'm
No.
already gonna think this, so I might as well read it."
So
No.
that in itself is like that's like the first like that's weird. But so honestly at this point, now everybody is kind of weird.
Yes, thank you. That's how I felt reading this book. I'm like, "I don't really like any of these people."
And I honestly am more worried about this kid. Like I think I'm more concerned about this kid than anything.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really remember much about the kid, to be honest.
Okay. Well,
But I
Jeremy
get
made the comment that he's smarter than everybody there. So
the
now
kid is.
yeah, so now I'm like,
Um,
does this kid play a bigger part?
I
Or he's just a typical 5-year-old and obviously like soaks in everything.
I don't it's been so long since I've read the book, I don't really
All right, well, I'm
remember.
giving you the cliff notes as we go.
I know.
So here
Yeah,
we
so
are.
I'm enjoying as you're talking, I'm, like, remembering more
Uh-huh.
things, so that's fun. But, yeah, I don't know. That's about how far you're into it, though?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. So she hasn't started writing anything yet.
No. Yeah, would you do that? Would you like agree to write?
That is such a daunting task.
Yeah.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
Sarah J. Maas couldn't finish ACOTAR 8. Okay, ACOTAR 8, let's just say. Would
But
you
also
step up to the
okay,
plate?
so yeah, to think of it like that, like what first off, what an honor that you're the one chosen to do that. So like you move into Sarah J. Mass's house. She's upstairs, can't move, and you start having feelings for her husband? How
No.
could you do that?
Well, okay.
But she wasn't really a fan of her
I was
books.
gonna say to be fair, obviously I'm a like diehard fan, so
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah.
connection there, right?
I think
Like
you would
Sarah,
have to not be. I think you would have to not be a
and
fan.
the fact that she's never actually read any of Verity's books until now, she's obviously not really a fan. Like she didn't really.
I think you would have to not be. I think you would need like an objective perspective. But
Hmm.
it was because their writing styles were similar, right?
Yeah.
Like he had read some of her pieces and thought that they sounded the same. So
Hmm.
that's why she was
But
kind of picked from
also, she
this.
didn't seem like a very popular artist, so or like artist, popular author. So I'm like,
Yeah,
how did he find her books?
that's a good question.
So that's in the back of my mind too. It's like, how did she
Why her?
exactly?
Yeah, it's a good question. And I'm not being like
Uh huh.
nefarious, like I actually don't
I'm like
remember.
I'm like trying to like not read into your
You're like, you
reactions, but
can't,
I'm
like
also like,
literally, I don't remember.
okay.
I know that I think that that's like addressed, but I don't remember if it was like suspicious or not.
Hmm.
So couldn't tell you either way.
I feel like I could finish it
It's a pretty quick
tonight.
read. I think I read it in like I read it on vacation. So I think
Hmm.
I read like half of it at the beach and then we like came back, went to dinner, and then I came back and like read it.
Yeah.
Tyler passed out on the
I
couch and
need
I
to.
finished it. And
I
then I
need
woke him
to.
up and I was like, I have to tell you about this book. And I told him the whole entire story and he was like, wow, that's crazy. And I was like, yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, that's wild.
Then
But
I
yeah,
just sat there for a little bit. I was like, I don't know.
now I'm excited. But
And
yeah,
then
I
we had
need
to
to
go to
go
the
home
bookstore
and.
the next day because I was like out of books.
Oh, that's kind of fun though.
It was fun.
I
That was
always
our
love.
first vacation we took together.
Aw,
Yeah.
that is fun. I always love like book shopping in the airports.
Mm.
I don't know what it is about an airport bookshop.
But they're so expensive is the thing.
Yeah,
I always walk through them and look, but I feel like
yeah.
they're
It depends on what's there. I don't necessarily always buy something, but it is. It's like I always love a good
I was like
airport
looking
bookshop.
well, and usually they have like recommendations, which is always fun.
My favorite is like the big airports, because I feel like Rebecca always like
Hmm.
goes in and signs. So I'm always like, I gotta go see if
Oh,
there's
really?
she will like. I feel like she'll like every once in a while I'll see her post on her stories or something that she like signed some copies of a book somewhere in an airport. So that's another reason why I love airport. I'm
Oh,
like
I've got to
always
start checking that.
yeah, I always like go to the airport bookshops because I'm like, what if an author stopped by and like signed their work because they're passing through?
If I was an author, I'd be doing that everywhere.
Oh yeah, leaving
How
your little
fun.
mark.
Yeah, how fun.
Like I want to go in Target and sign my book one day. Just gonna put that out
Are you
there.
gonna write a book?
I want to.
You should. If you wrote a book,
Crap,
what
now it's out there. So
if
now.
you wrote a book, okay, let's play. If you wrote a book, what kind of a book would it be? Would it be fantasy? Would it be romance? Would it be what would it be?
So I have a journal with ideas
Okay.
that I've been keeping for a
Don't
while.
don't tell anyone your ideas.
No, I know. So I have some ideas, but right now the majority of them are romance because I feel like that would be like an easier one to start out
Dip your
with.
toe into.
Fantasy seems very overwhelming, even though like I would love to do that.
You probably have some fantasy ideas, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so your first book is romance. I like that.
But then I also like it's like one of those things where it's like it's so hard. And it's also the one that I've worked on the most is a trilogy. So I already have like
Oh my gosh, she is a writer.
I have
I
like
want to read some of it.
I haven't actually written that much,
You should just start writing
but I need
a
to.
couple pages a night.
I like have so many like little like blurbs and like a note, and then I have songs that like I'll hear and I envision a whole scene.
That's what
And
Rebecca
so
Yarros says she does.
yeah, so I
She
have like
starts
those
with a
songs like
playlist.
written down. And then like eventually I know one day whenever I go to write that, I'm gonna have to like listen to that song the whole time.
Okay, so we lost a little audio, but that's okay. A little video and audio, but that's okay.
We're just gonna hop back in where we left off because that was a really good conversation.
It's fine.
She's not mad about it or anything.
No, I'm not mad. It's podcasting, you know? It is what it is.
It's the life of a
It's the
podcaster.
life of a showgirl.
Yes. So anyway, you were talking about
Okay, so
Azriel and
yes,
how
so
you
I
thought
think
Eris was Amren.
yeah. So all of this to be said, I saw something on Instagram the other day, and it was about Azriel and Eris, and I saved it because the last podcast that we had, I was like, I brought this up. We were talking about Azriel, and you were talking about Azriel and Eris potentially ending up together. And when you said Eris, I thought you were talking about Armin.
Amren.
Amron. I even thought about it for a second.
I know. I was like, waiting. I was like, does she need me to tell?
Rats. Because that's why I was like, oh, but she already has a boyfriend, Joshua. But I know his name's not Joshua.
Jonas last saying Josh.
What is his name?
I don't even think it starts with a J.
It doesn't? Can you look it up?
Sure. You keep telling us about what you were telling us
It's
about.
Joshua or Jonas. Oh, but there is a J name. Who was the guy that was hold on. Somebody's name starts with a J in that series. And it's one of two people. It's either the guy that Elaine was engaged to,
Maybe.
or it's the guy that Amarantha loved.
Oh yeah.
Was his name Jonas?
No.
Was his name Joshua?
No.
Are you sure?
It's crap.
hmm. Hmm. Anyway, I'm gonna keep while you're looking.
Varian.
Who?
Varian.
Who's that?
Amren's boyfriend in the summer court is Varian, the crown prince and commander of the summer court forces.
With a V?
Hmm.
Wow. Okay. It's not who I thought that was.
And then it's the dude's eye that she
Yeah.
kept. That's the one that starts
His name starts
Jurian.
Jurian. Jurian Joshua. It's the same thing.
Okay.
Anyway, so that's who I thought you were talking about. So that's why I was like, but she already has a boyfriend, so that doesn't make any sense. So then I was very confused. And by the time you said like they were going to be together, I couldn't wrap my head around it. So then later I was on Instagram and I was scrolling and I saw this thing, and it was I couldn't find it, but I will find it later and send it to you because it was so funny. But it was a play on heated rivalry, but it was about Eris and Azriel ending up together, and it was some sort of like a word play, heated rivalry. But it
Oh.
was like turned, I don't
Did it have to
know.
do because Eris is like fire magic and then Azrael's like shadow?
Yeah, I don't remember the
But then
exact.
also they're kind of rivals.
I don't know.
Hmm.
It was so funny. I wish I could remember what it was. I'll look it up
Yeah, you gotta send that to
and
me.
find it because it made me laugh.
But all that to say too, because we were chatting in the clip that got cut. about how like what if Azrael ends up with someone like that? Because I remember
I
I
kind of
said
love the idea of him ending up with.
I was like yeah, I feel like he like right now we feel like we know Azrael, but we don't. Like I feel like he can go one of two ways. Like he's like a dark, tortured soul, right? He kind of gives off like sad, like timid, like strong, obviously like, powerful, right? But like kind of shy boy vibes, which totally I feel like could fit with Eris or male like him who's like
Yeah.
prideful and like I say prideful, but just very self-reassured, like very
Mhm.
confident.
Mhm.
Or Azrael's gonna flip and we're gonna see his like dark daddy Dom side.
Yeah.
Like, and I selfishly I kind of want that, but then
Yeah.
also I could see it going the other way and doing really well.
But it would be fun to see the other way because we get so much of
That
that,
dark shadow daddy,
like
yeah,
in every, like,
all the time.
yes, in like a bunch of different books and
Mhm.
stories, and even like with Reese, we get a lot of that kind of energy, you know?
Mhm.
So I kind of want to see it go the other way. I kind of want not Eris, Azriel to end up, even if it's not necessarily Eris, but I think it makes
It
sense.
could
This is the
it
other
could
thing I
play out
said.
really well.
Yeah, this is the other thing I said. Like, it kind of makes sense for him to end up with Eris just because of the whole Eris and Moore thing.
Yeah,
That kind of like,
kind of smooth that over.
yeah, it kind of flips the energy around Eris and like softens that whole relationship with
Mhm.
everybody. Hopefully, that's like an easier way for him to like integrate. But we also don't know because we don't really know if Eris is gonna end up doing what he says he's gonna
Yeah, he
do.
seems like he wants to be a good guy and
Hmm.
he's like secretly playing for the good guy side.
Yeah,
But
but it hasn't really come to a head yet. So
is he?
hopefully he does. I hope he
I
does.
gotta know what goes on with Moore. I mean,
I know.
she clearly has. It seems like she has like a love interest that's a secret,
Yeah.
and it seems like she's maybe like just like a common like fae like female
Hmm.
somewhere in the
In the
midst of it
city,
all.
yeah. Which I love that for her.
So I'm like, I need to know who this person is.
Even more of a reason to have Azriel kind of like swing the other direction too. Like we need a little bit of
We're just gonna shake
everything.
things up
Like I
these
love it.
next
There's
few
enough
books.
characters in
Hmm.
this story to have like a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
I think it would
and then
be so much
eventually,
fun.
I mean, yeah. So now I'm like, do I want Elaine or do I want Azrael or Moore's story more?
I want everybody's
Yeah.
story. There's enough
But who
pages.
are we gonna get first?
Yeah. Well, and then Elaine can be with Lucian. Azriel and Eris can end up together. Moore can end up
Yeah, if
with
Lucian
her.
can grow his balls.
He will. He will. I'm putting faith in Lucian.
I really
What
liked
happens
his
to Tamlin
character.
though?
I don't know.
That was interesting.
Apparently, Sarah said he can just die.
I wonder if that's really what happens though when all of this like war with the
Right.
queens and everything kind of comes to a head. I wonder if
I feel like his
Tamlin's redemption
character,
arc is he
it's
like does something to redeem himself and ends up just like dying in the process.
that would almost be too easy to write though.
But that
But it would make sense.
what's the
I
other
think
way to like
everybody
resolve his story?
I
He
think
can't.
everybody would like have peace with that. Everybody would be okay with that.
Would they? I don't know. Once she brought up the whole like abusive like
Mm,
people relating to that and
that's true.
relating to him, I was like, whoa, he's a much more serious
That
character
was
than I
yeah, that's kind of
saw.
wild.
So I'm like, that's a lot heavier of a task for her to take on than I ever really imagined.
Which granted, like it is her story, it's her character. She can do whatever she wants with that, and people have to be okay with that. But at the
Yeah,
same time, I totally appreciate the level of respect that she has for the people who do relate to those relationships and look at
wanting to do
that.
right by them.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
nice that she has a friend that she was able to like have that conversation with.
Hmm.
Like, well, what if this happened to Tamlin, or what if I did this with Tamlin? Like, how would that make you feel, or how would this make you
Yeah.
feel? Like, that was really interesting. She takes everything like. Sometimes she was saying stuff in that interview where she like takes things so seriously, and then she acted like, "Oh, did that happen? I don't remember that at all." And so I'm like, "Are you putting on a show?" Like the more that I think about that interview, I'm
Um,
kind of feeling like I feel like
was she trying to throw us
I
off?
think so. I think she played like she didn't remember anything that she wrote, or oh, it just kind of came out that way. I don't know. I'm kind of like suspicious of her now because I feel like she downplays
Sarah, are
her
we
being a
gonna fight?
genius. Like, didn't you feel like when you watched it, it felt like that my initial impression of her was like, oh, I didn't even know that those things were connected, or oh, that was an
I mean,
accident, or
thinking back on it, yeah, I guess I could definitely see that.
but now I'm thinking like,
Honestly, I was just annoyed. I was like, okay, yeah, right.
but then the more that I've like watched clips of it and the more that I've like just seen, or I don't know, like I'm kind of just like there's no way, or the more that I'm remembering too, just like going back to Akatar and
Mm-hmm.
getting further into like Throne of Glass too, the more I'm like there's no way all of this was an accident. Like you don't have that many accidents when you're writing books. Like there's no way.
Not when you got a mind like hers, it's like maintaining like 5 different characters,
Yeah.
love lives
So
and stories and backgrounds all at the same time.
I kind of feel like it was like a little bit of an act because it's probably easier to just like throw it
Agreed.
off.
That's annoying. It's really annoying to think about.
It's probably easier to just pretend like, oh,
I like living in my happy little bubble if we haven't established this already, okay?
I don't know. I think she's a genius and I think she tried to downplay herself a little bit. I'm a little sus.
That's fair.
Oh, but did you see Alex Cooper's TikTok that she posted a couple days ago
Yes, I think I sent it to
about
you.
the hands?
Yes, I sent
Oh,
that to
you sent that to
you.
me? I did not see that. I'm sorry.
You were getting mad at me for not watching Kiki Palmer's video.
Did you go back and watch all the times that she did something with her hands?
Like in the video or like on the YouTube video? Because I did not go back and watch the full interview.
Or just in general? I feel like somebody clipped every time that she was like doing that with her hands.
But also, could that just not be a nervous twitch?
Yeah. But also, if you're Alex Cooper, how dumb would you look if you posted that
And didn't have like a little in on.
and didn't have some sort of a reason
Yeah.
or really think? Also, you have to remember that she's
Or,
actually in the room with her. So if Sarah's doing something like intentional movement, then
mm-hmm,
she's going to be able to pick up on it more than like seeing it on camera. Do you know what I'm
true.
saying? So like if
Mm-hmm,
me and you are sitting here talking and every time you ask me a question, I do this, you're going to notice that. Whereas like people on camera maybe aren't seeing that as
mm-hmm.
well. So cuz when I first saw it, I was like, okay, she's being crazy.
But then my other thought is, did Alex like have to ask to post that? Did she just randomly decide like, oh, I'm gonna be like the other book girlies and just like post an Easter egg because it was gonna get views? Or is Sarah and her working together to throw us off even more now that we're like on this whole thing that Sarah's trying to like, I don't know,
I
mess with
don't
us?
know. Does Sarah do that though?
I feel like everybody does now. Taylor does it,
Yeah,
everybody
maybe.
does it.
Taylor's always done it, but
I know, and now everybody's catching on
yeah, everyone's trying to jump on the bandwagon.
because Taylor has done it so successfully.
Hmm.
Everybody else thinks that they can do it too.
I don't know. Has anybody figured it out?
Please let us know. We're just gonna sit here and spiral.
If someone's figured it out, yeah. I haven't seen it. I read the comments on the video, but also the video had been posted and I saw it like 30 minutes after it was posted or something. So nobody had said anything in the comments. They were just like Sarah saying, oh, because she also said something about her outfit. And like the comments were really funny. It was like Sarah at home saying, like, I just wanted to look cute. Like, I don't know.
Oh, that's
I
funny.
didn't think there was anything weird about her outfit,
No, I
but
loved her outfit. She looked so good. That
all
color,
the blue. But okay, so maybe the blue, maybe one of the books is going to be blue.
which
I don't
I
know.
said that because the
Uh
hearts that
huh.
she put on her story were
Was
pink and blue.
yeah,
So I'm like, are we having babies or like is one blue and one's
one
pink?
pink.
Which
Yeah,
the covers that have like they haven't like revealed the covers, but like the theme of one of them was definitely pinkish. Was there a bluish one? I feel like it was like pink and orange. No, I might be making things
I
up
don't
now.
know.
Oh, on that note though, are you gonna be pre-ordering or are you gonna like go to a midnight release?
If there's a midnight release, I'd rather do that.
I know, same.
It's on a Monday night, right? I think so. It comes out on a Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, so I guess it would be a Monday
I
night.
love that it come like books come out on
It
a
works so
Tuesday.
well for
It's so
you.
perfect because I have Tuesdays off. So I'm like Monday midnight releases are perfect.
Oh, that's so
It's
annoying.
perfect.
That's so annoying.
So anyway,
Yeah, no, I really want to do a midnight release, but I'm also like watch there be like 3 different versions because there's always a special edition at Target, Walmart, and Barnes and Noble, and you gotta pick which one
Yeah,
you want.
that's too stressful for me though. Like I can't be fighting the crowds. I can't be worried about that. Like it'll get my anxiety up and
So you're not gonna pick it on you're not gonna get it based on where like what special edition you want or whatever.
no.
Just gonna get whatever has like say
I
the
just
Barnes and
need I
Noble
just
edition because they're gonna
need
have the midnight
yeah,
release.
I just need the book.
Target's been doing midnight releases.
Oh, they have?
They did one for Taylor's vinyl, and they did
Okay,
one.
well, we'll
They
see
did one
closer
for.
to time. We'll
I'm pretty
see.
sure they had a midnight release for Onyx Storm or
No,
something.
not around here they didn't. But we have a super Target now, so maybe the super Target
Have you
will.
been yet?
No, it
I
just
need to
opened.
go. Molly told me I need to go, and I didn't go.
I hope she's not watching this.
We can just go together.
Okay, let's talk about the movie that we saw. Have you read that book?
No.
Okay, we saw.
I told you before we went to watch the movie that this is probably gonna be one of those books that I don't
Never read.
necessarily. Not that I never read, but like it's not on like the top of my list right now because there's just so many books. There's just so many.
Okay, well, I read it.
I finally feel like I'm having to pick and choose. It's hard.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Don't
okay.
make me feel bad because I already
I
feel bad.
didn't make you. I just asked. We went and saw the movie Reminders of Him, Not Regretting You.
This is the one she's been wanting to see.
Yeah. If
Apparently, she didn't
anyone
want to see
saw that
Regretting.
podcast episode, I went to see Regretting You, thinking I was seeing Reminders of Him because I did not
How far did
read.
you get into it before you're like, this is not the same book?
Sat down and I saw the preview
Oh.
for Reminders of Him. And we watched the preview, and I'm like, I look at Tyler and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I have no idea what we're about to see. That's what I thought we were seeing. And then it's like coming out in whatever, March. And I was like, oh gosh, we have a long time before that
Oh.
comes out. I'm like, I have no idea what
So
we're
did
about
you
to
like
watch.
Regretting You? Because I don't think I watched that.
Not really. I mean, it was fine. I didn't really like the actors or actresses that much, so
I didn't know these actors in this. Did
it was
you?
fine. No.
I liked them.
I liked it. It was good. So there are like two Colleen Hoover books that I like I would recommend, and it's Verity and then this book. Those
Okay.
are like my two books that I actually. Not that there's anything wrong with Colleen Hoover. It's a great if you're like not a reader. It's a great way to like get started.
Reminders of Him or Verity?
Just Colleen Hoover in general. Like if you're not
Oh,
a reader and
I see what you're
you're
saying.
you're like kind of somewhat interested in romance, I think she's a great way to
I
get into reading.
refused to read her at first because when I was getting back into reading, I felt like it was a bandwagon.
Yeah,
Like
everybody love,
everybody,
but
and,
there's a
and I
reason for
say,
it.
yeah, I say that when I was getting back into it. I feel like I'd been reading a lot of fantasy and I'd gotten into just like, I'd read some romance. I mean, I like romance. Um, but yeah, it was just like everything was like Colin Hoover this, Colin Hoover that. It's like all I was seeing all over the place. And so I kind of was like, I don't know why I just developed this like, I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna read
Aversion
it.
to
Yeah,
her.
I
I
just
mean, her
did.
stories are like
But
they're
then,
just like good, easy
yeah,
romances. They're like not super long. I don't know, easy to read. Like there's nothing wrong with them. They're really good, like entryway into reading,
yeah.
and then you're hooked, and then you go into this kind of stuff, and you're like down a deep dark hole.
Yeah. But anyway, but yeah, so then when Blake Lively got cast, I was like, oh crap, I guess I have to read her now. So
Oh yeah, cause
that's what got me into it.
oh yeah. I forget that she wrote those two.
Hmm.
I never read the second one of that. I need to.
I liked it. I
I
think
have it.
reading the author's note, which I don't know if you do this or not, but reading the author's note in the back of It Ends With Us,
Hmm.
that just like that got me because it talks about like her um relationship with like domestic violence and
Uh-huh.
whatnot and her mom's, I think it was more her mom's maybe than hers. I could
I
be
feel like I read that, but it's been so long since I read that
um
book too.
but yeah, and so like that was like wow. That just like was really moving. Anyway,
Yeah, she does have. I mean, she has good books.
but yeah, so
So if
you
you
read
like
the book.
romance books, anyway, yeah, I read the book and I really liked it. So I was excited to see the movie.
She liked it so much that she was convinced that just because it said Colin Hoover, that was the movie that was playing.
Apparently. So it's been a long time coming. We went and saw it today. I thought it was good. I thought
I
they did
really
the book
liked it.
justice.
I was
Like,
gonna say, how did you
yeah,
feel?
I feel like, I mean, the relation. Okay, if you haven't seen, if you haven't read the book
Spoiler
or seen
alert.
the movie, don't listen to this part. I feel like the relationship, like growth, or like I don't know what am I trying
Like
to
the
say?
timeline
Yeah, or like catalyst, like from the time that they like start. They're like,
they met, or
no, what am I trying to say? Like where it crosses over from like kind of friends, like they're never really friends, to like romance, like
well, the movie made it portray like obviously he didn't know who she was at first, and he was like immediately kind of like into her.
yeah, I know, but it was just like their relationship wasn't portrayed as in depth in the movie, but I think that that is just the nature of a movie. Like you can't have everything, and in a book you're gonna like feel and read more about something regardless. So
Yeah, because
I
you're not
think that's
interpreting
just
their feelings; you actually know what their feelings are,
right. So I think
obviously.
that's just the nature of a book versus a movie. So I think we missed a lot of that watching the movie, but because I remember loving their like kind of love story. It's like more of a love story in the book too.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously it's about her and like her daughter. Well, I can't remember if it was written from her perspective or not, but I remember like I'm not a mom.
I can't believe you saw that. Sorry.
I'm not a mom, but I remember feeling like so just like you she did a good job of really like being able to relate to her feelings of like wanting to like get to her child and like meet her child and like I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was like very heartfelt and emotional, and I feel like the movie was really kind of like emotional and heartfelt the whole the way through. Did you feel that way or no?
Mm-hmm. No, I was like, I hate crying, and so like there was multiple times where I was like, "You're not gonna cry. You're not gonna cry," and
Did you
then
cry?
no, I held it together, but like I was like, there was like one part, especially the end. I think it was the end when the grandma and her were hugging, and like there was that just like I feel like there was like this moment where it was like her as a mother like understood and was like, I can't believe we kept this mother from her child kind of like thought, like I just kind of like that was like the processing, like,
Yeah.
and then like she was kind of like obviously accepting her back into like the family. And I don't know what that like that for whatever reason was like super like emotional. And it was like kind of like the end and everything was like wrapping up. And it was like as sad as it was, like now we're getting kind of like a happy like ending. And I was like on the edge of like, okay, if I was like, if I cry now, it's all just gonna come out.
She's not gonna be able to stop.
I know. I was like, I think it's gonna go. And I was like, no, no, no. I was like,
Did
hold
Jordan
it in.
cry?
He said he got teared up, which I did. I saw him like kind of like, doing like,
Wiping his little tears
and
away.
then he would be kind of,
Yeah, like I'm scratching an
yeah.
itch. Um,
My dad was such a movie crier though. Like it
that's
was
kind of
always
sweet.
it was. And it was funny though because when we were kids though, anytime there's a sad part of the movie, all of us kids would be like like nonchalantly like looking back at
Looking at your dad. Aw, I
to
think
see like
that's
if he was
sweet.
crying or not. But it was sweet.
I remember that part of the book, like the mom. So the dad. I from what I remember, the dad was like always seemed to be the one that was like a little bit more understanding. Like you thought he was going to be the one that like came around first,
Mhm.
and then when it came to it, the mom actually was the one who came around first,
Yeah.
as opposed to him. So that was kind of a little bit of like a surprise. And then also the thing that I can't remember if it was really portrayed in the movie as much as it was in the book was the mom's thing was like with what was the main character's name?
Starts with the K.
Kenna.
Kenna.
With Kenna,
I was about to say Kiki.
she her thing was like she felt like she says this line of like she's gonna take away like our child like again or something like that. Like she's always felt
Oh.
like she took away her son and now she's gonna like take away
The
her
grandchild is kind
granddaughter.
of the not the replacement, but like
Kind of like that's why they have
obviously
like
like keeping a piece of
so
him
much
around.
fear
Mhm.
towards Kenna because they lost their son and they blamed her like she
Mhm.
she took away
Because
their
she never got to
son.
tell her story.
she never did because she was just like so upset by the whole thing. And then what was the other thing I was gonna say? I don't remember.
I just like so for one, first of all, like the ending when she's like when it's telling her story and she's walking around, clearly has been through something traumatic, like bloody, like this and that, and nobody's stopping.
Yeah.
Like that just
I
seems
don't remember if
so
that actually
unrealistic.
happened or not.
But I was like, also, I'm like,
She did like walk all the way back, and she like thought he was dead.
yeah, which is that he said she found out later that his arm had just been crushed.
Yeah.
So obviously that probably had lost all pulses.
Yeah. And so I can't remember if she was like looking for a phone in her apartment or something like that, and then like passed out.
Just all the trauma and like
Yeah, I
adrenaline
think
and like,
something like that, and like blacked out or something, and
mhm,
then she woke up to like the police or something like
mhm.
that. So, I mean, yeah, it was a mistake for her to like go back to the apartment. She should have like probably gone to the hospital or
And I
something, but
still, to be honest, I still, but that is such a confusing spot to be in. It's like to not know, to think that he's dead and to be
yeah,
like trying to find help. Obviously, nobody's helping. And then at that point, you're like, once you start getting turned down all this time, like nobody's helping, then you're also like you're in your own fight or flight. Like your adrenaline, you can't think. And then on top of that, like you've been turned down and shut down. You're like, he's already dead. Like
yeah,
how I can't do anything at this point. Like what am I supposed to do?
yeah. Go home and
There's
just like wait to
so
be picked up and put into jail to rot for the
at
rest of
that
your life
point
because
she
you
yeah.
think you deserve that because you think yeah, which I think is where she was at, which is
Mm-hmm.
sad, but and
It's just a
also like it's
horrible.
just yeah,
So honestly, such a horrible thing to write. Like, come on, Colleen.
yeah,
But also like
it's tragic.
how do you feel about the best friend and like there's
I
a part of
know,
me
crazy, right?
oh my gosh there's a part of me that's like there's no better choice because like he's just
He's
become this
so involved. He's been the
yes
father figure
he's
in
become the
the little
father
girl's life.
figure but also that also makes it more I don't know like does that make it more weird maybe not I just have so many conflicting
It makes it
emotions
easier for the little girl. I
it
think it's
makes it
best case scenario for her.
oh for sure but then it is weird it's like okay
But
now
maybe not
granted
when she grows up and finds out that like that was her dad's best friend. I think maybe when I was older I would be like,
weird but like it makes sense and it like it's I loved like I said for the kid it was perfect like it was such a sweet like perfect like happy wrap up ending
mhm.
but in like the like when you like dig into it a little bit my brain's a little bit confused
But that happens. Like that happens more often than you think because people who have like gone through the same experiences, that's like everyone in life. Like you
hmm
relate to people who have experienced the same things in life. And so,
and maybe it makes it less weird considering that they never even really met
yeah, they didn't know each other.
and it had
And
obviously
they
been
both had
seven
loved the
years
same people. Yeah,
hmm
and had been so long since it had
so it's like
happened.
you look at it this way what if she had met him first in that town or
I don't
whatever
think it would have made a difference. She like her and Scotty were like I don't think it would have made a difference.
yeah
But
but it's just circumstances you know
yeah. Anyway. Oh no, I liked
You
it.
should
It
watch the
was good.
movie. It
Yeah.
was good. I don't know if I
Fun
would
little
watch it.
Sunday movie.
Like, would I watch it again? I'd probably watch that again before I watched Wuthering Heights again.
I loved
Okay, is
Wuthering
it Withering or
Heights.
Worthering?
Wuthering?
Worthering?
Wuthering? Why are you saying
It's like
Wuthering?
W. It's like WUE.
I know how it's spelled, but
Okay. It looks like Wuthering Heights, but it's Wuthering Heights.
yeah, Wuthering Heights.
I don't know. Ever since I looked at it, I was like, and then I was like, when I was
Wuthering
listening to the
Heights.
podcast, I was like, were we saying Weathering or Withering? Because it's not Withering.
Okay, well, now I've heard it too many times that I can't tell you.
That's a rabbit hole for another day. Well,
Okay, well,
on that note, have a great week.
have a good week. We will probably see you next week.
Yeah, next Saturday, I think is what we decided.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
we record on Saturday. Regardless of what day we record, we'll
We'll
see you
see
on
you on
Wednesday.
Wednesday. We'll see each other on Saturday, but you don't need to know that.
Yeah. That's private time.
That we just told you about.
Anyway, all right. Bye.
Bye.